Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before we start, subscribe and share the video, because what people are talking about today has shaken the entertainment world once again. In the last few hours, a quote attributed to Demet Özdemir has exploded, one that many interpret as a definitive closure toward Can Yaman. According to people close to her, she was blunt. "I will never accept someone by my side who betrayed my love." And with that single line, a topic that had been quietly lingering for a long time was suddenly reignited. For weeks, rumors had been circulating about a possible reconnection. It was said that he, after a period of personal turbulence, was testing the waters through mutual friends, sending indirect signals to see if there was still an open door. But this time, the response he reportedly received was the opposite of reconciliation. The past is closed, period. And here's the key point. According to those who know her, this wouldn't be a momentary outburst. On the contrary, they talk about emotions kept inside for a long time, about a wound that never truly healed. In fact, Demet, people say, often repeats an idea that sums up her stance. "They won't hurt me twice in the same place." For her, this wouldn't be just a romantic breakup, but a blow to trust. Another reflection appears as well, an even harsher one. That would explain why there's no going back. Betrayal wouldn't be only cheating. It can also be leaving someone halfway or staying silent when you're needed most. And with that definition, it becomes clear why, for her, all doors would be closed. On Can Yaman's side, the atmosphere would reportedly be very different. People close to him say he didn't expect such a cold message, that he was initially shocked, and that he's now living with a mix of inner doubts. But they also claim he doesn't respond out of pride and chooses silence. For some, that silence is mature acceptance. For others, it's the calm before another media storm. Meanwhile, mutual friends are stuck in the middle. Some support Demet's firmness, while others argue that he's going through a complicated emotional period. And those who tried to mediate, according to the rumors, didn't find the softness they expected, because her position would be clear. "I don't want to rewrite a story that already belongs to the past." On social media, as expected, opinions split in two. One group applauds. She respects herself and protects herself. The other insists this story isn't over. And the reposting of old photos of the couple, feeding nostalgia, collided head-on with Demet's blunt phrase, cutting off any fantasy of a comeback. Moreover, this fits with what she has been hinting at in recent interviews. She describes herself as a woman in harmony with herself, calm, unafraid of being alone. In other words, love would no longer be her priority. Now it's balance, respect, and trust. He, for his part, would be trying to turn the page by focusing on his career and international projects. However, according to backstage chatter, this blow wouldn't fade from his heart so quickly. And the big question remains in the air. Is this truly the final goodbye? Or can time change everything? For now, at least, the message attributed to Demet sounds firm, final, and without cracks. If you want, in the next video, we can gather what the closest sources say and how the public reacted most strongly. Those who applaud her boundary, and those who are still hoping for an unexpected twist. This whole story around Demet Özdemir leaves me with a very specific feeling. She has become a screen onto which everyone projects what they want to see. If she looks serious in a photo, she's angry. If she smiles, she's pretending. If she doesn't respond, she's hiding something. And if she does respond, it's strategy. I'm exhausted by some channels and part of the fandom turning Demet into a soap opera character, as if her real life were obligated to fit the script others write from the outside. What strikes me most is how the idea of her anger gets used as fuel to invent theories. Some people already explain it with pregnancy mood swings because another channel says she confirmed it. And on top of that, they throw in third-party names like it's a suspect board. Can, Stefano, a lover, whatever. To me, that crosses the line. One thing is commenting, and another is making intimate accusations or assumptions with extreme carelessness. And the worst part is that when the story gets this exaggerated, Demet stops being a person and becomes an excuse to feed gossip and voyeurism. Still, I also see the other extreme, and I find it just as problematic. Those who defend her as if she were untouchable, as if you can't even mention her without coming for the queen. I understand the affection. Demet has loyal fans, and her image clearly sparks passion. But the "don't touch her" stance becomes another form of pressure. In the end, it puts her on a pedestal where any doubt or nuance is read as an attack. And I don't think she needs that. She needs respect and a minimum of common sense around her name. If I focus on Demet, I see someone who, like it or not, is in a position where everything gets magnified. A simple gesture or a silence can turn into news. And that brings me to what I think is crucial: how she manages exposure. I don't get the impression she's looking for culprits or launching a public witch hunt. Instead, it feels like she's trying to protect her private life with boundaries, even if those boundaries are interpreted as coldness or mystery. And honestly, that seems normal to me. When the noise is huge, protecting yourself isn't manipulation. It's survival. I also think it's unfair how some people judge her morally out of nowhere. There are comments that, without knowing her, belittle her, invalidate her, turn her into the villain, or not worth anything. Those phrases don't speak about Demet. They speak about some people's need to find a quick culprit to keep the story simple. But real life isn't simple. And even if there truly were a crisis or a breakup, which no one has proven with facts, only interpretations, why would the first impulse be to insult her? Why not accept that a relationship can have gray areas without turning anyone into a monster? And then there's the evidence people repeat endlessly. Likes, interactions, little social media hints. I find it almost comical that those are treated as definitive proof. Ken liked all her photos. Today he liked, today he didn't like. As if a click could define feelings, agreements, or deep decisions. With Demet, it's the same. Anything she does or doesn't do gets read as confirmation of a pre-existing theory. Which makes me think many people aren't analyzing Demet at all. They're defending a story they already chose to believe. In short, my view is that Demet Özdemir is trapped between two fires: the morbid curiosity that wants to see her fall and the idealization that wants her perfect. And I'm not interested in either version. I'd rather see her as a public woman who's probably tired of being reduced to rumors and drama unrelated to her work. If there's something real between her and Can, we'll know through facts. If there isn't, we will too. But in the meantime, it feels more honest to stop turning her every gesture into a verdict. And above all, to stop treating her private life like a product that belongs to us. Demet isn't an urgent headline, she's a person. And to me, that should be both the starting point and the end point